It was a cold and rainy autumn morning. Little Yellow, when left in the apartment hallway, was only a few months old. Its fur was bright yellow and its eyes sparkled. But in those innocent eyes was a deep fear. Its owner didn't want it, so they placed it in a small box and left it outside. Little Yellow meowed for its mother, but there was no one. As the raindrops fell on it, it shivered and curled up in a corner. Days passed. Little Yellow wandered the streets, hungry and alone, searching for food in the trash. Sometimes it found a fish bone, other times a piece of stale bread. But none of that was enough. Its hunger and thirst made it weaker with each passing day. It ran from the feet of people, sometimes met with harsh looks, other times with cruel kicks. Some people glanced at it for a moment before continuing on their way, while others saw it as an annoying creature and chased it away. Exhausted, Little Yellow tried to curl up in a corner, but the cold concrete only made its body tremble. Each night it tried to sleep, cold, hungry, and alone. The chill seeped deep into its bones, and the growling of its empty stomach kept waking it up. It was struggling to even walk, dragging its front paws with shaky steps, its eyes so tired it could barely keep them open. The world was too harsh for its tiny body. Yet inside it, there was still a glimmer of hope. Maybe someone would help. One morning, a little girl returning from school noticed her. Her name was Lily. When she saw the little cat shivering and her dirty fur sticking from the dampness, her heart ached. "Mom, look! This cat is so cold!" she called out to her mother. At first, her mother hesitated, but when she saw the sadness in Lily's eyes, her heart softened. She bent down with her daughter and examined the little cat. When she noticed that Little Yellow was trembling from hunger and exhaustion, she asked, "Shall we take her home? What do you think?" Lily's face lit up with joy. She picked up the little cat, wrapped her in her warm coat, and they headed home. When they arrived, the cat's fur was still damp, and she was still trembling slightly. Her mother gently wrapped her in a towel and began to dry her. "I think she needs a nice bath first," her mother said softly. They carefully washed her in a basin filled with warm water. At first, the little cat was a bit nervous, but as the warm water soothed her, she closed her eyes and began to purr. Little Yellow, perhaps for the first time, felt loved. When they got home, Lily immediately rolled up her sleeves to prepare a warm nest for her. With her mother's help, she lined an old basket with a soft blanket and placed Little Yellow in it. The little cat lay on the soft surface for the first time in a long while. Lily brought her water and food. Hungry as ever, Little Yellow sniffed the food first, then quickly began eating. She loved the soft pieces of chicken the most, but didn't care much for the dry food. Lily noticed this and decided to give her more of the food she liked. Lily wanted to give her a name. "What should we call her, Mom?" she asked. Her mother smiled and said, "She has such beautiful yellow fur. How about Little Yellow?" Lily thought for a moment, but wanted something a little different. "I think her name should be Sunny, because her fur shines like the sun," she said excitedly. Her mother smiled and agreed. Thus, the little cat was named Sunny. As the days went by, Sunny grew and adapted to her new home. But one day, while Lily was petting her, she noticed that the cat seemed lethargic. Normally eager to play, Sunny was just lying quietly in Lily's arms. When her mother noticed this too, they decided to take her to the vet. The vet said the little cat had a low immune system and had caught an infection. Lily's eyes filled with tears. She didn't want to lose her. The vet explained the necessary medications and feeding regimen. Lily and her mother gave Sunny her medicine every day, provided vitamin supplements, and fed her warm chicken broth, which Sunny loved. Lily stayed by her side at night, listening to her purr, offering comfort. However, the recovery process was long and painful. Days passed, but Sunny was still weak. She struggled to eat and spent most of her time sleeping. Lily's eyes often filled with tears, but her mother kept reassuring her. "She's a strong cat, we're here, and we won't leave her." At night, Lily curled up next to Sunny, quietly listening to her purr as she fell asleep. Her mother gave her vitamins and prepared her favorite foods. Every morning, Lily's first task was to gently pet Sunny's head. Slowly, the little cat began to feel better, sensing their love. One morning when Lily got up, she saw Sunny rolling her toy with her paw. "Mom, look! She's playing!" she cried joyfully. From that day on, Sunny's energy began to return. Her fears faded, and she started getting closer to Lily. At night, she no longer felt alone but slept peacefully in Lily's arms. Slowly, her appetite improved. She began playing and regained her former joy. She and Lily became best friends. They played hide and seek, tried to catch the yarn ball, and sometimes curled up beside Lily's toy dolls to sleep. When Lily read books, Sunny curled up on her lap and purred sweetly. However, Sunny's adjustment to this warm family hadn't been easy. At first, she was afraid of outstretched hands and even hid from shadows. It seemed like she remembered the harm people had done to her in the past. Lily and her mother patiently waited to show her they wouldn't hurt her and never forced her to trust them. Lily read books to her gently every day, encouraging her to play with the toys. Slowly, Sunny began to get used to them, but still, something wasn't quite right. Sometimes they sat together by the window, watching the outside world. While Sunny followed the birds and leaves, Lily told her stories. Other times they played with a small ball, trying to catch the yarn. Sunny loved the homemade tuna treats Lily made, but she wasn't fond of vegetables like carrots. Lily always tried to make her favorite foods. At night, Sunny kept her company at the foot of Lily's bed, lying there as she fell asleep. She was no longer alone. A little heart had given her a big world. One day, Lily and her mother went to the pet shop to buy a special cat house for Sunny. Lily fell in love with a small house lined with soft cushions. "This is perfect for Sunny," she exclaimed, hugging her mother. When they got home, they placed the cat house by the window. Lily put Sunny's favorite toys and blanket inside. At first, Sunny hesitated to enter her new home, but Lily gently directed her inside. Within a few days, Sunny began curling up and sleeping in the cat house, and she loved it. Now she had a warm and safe place to call home. One day, Lily and her mother decided to go on a short vacation for a few days. This would be the first time Sunny would be left alone, and it was a little worrying. Lily's mother prepared all the necessary food and water for Sunny, making sure everything was set up for her safety. Sunny's familiar cat house, toys, and favorite foods were left behind. However, before Lily left, she sat next to Sunny, hugged her, and said, "Wait for us, we'll be back." During the few days they were away on vacation, Sunny was left alone at home. At first, she quietly hid in corners, feeling anxious, and not hearing the familiar sounds made her feel scared. At night, the only noises in the house were the creaking of doors and the sound of the wind. Sunny felt like she had been torn away from the peaceful life she had just gotten used to. All the games, purring, and Lily reading books were missing. For the next few days, she wandered around the house with cautious steps, looking out the window, but nothing could bring back the old peace. Finally, Lily and her mother returned. As they entered the house, Sunny saw them from the window and immediately ran to the door. They both smiled at each other in surprise. Lily picked Sunny up and hugged her, saying, "I missed you so much." Sunny's behavior had changed. During the time she had been alone, she realized how precious everything that belonged to her was. She now purred more, snuggled up to Lily at every opportunity, and enjoyed being close to her. At night, she wanted to sleep at the foot of the bed again, but this time she felt more secure, sleeping peacefully without fear. Over time, Sunny became an inseparable part of Lily and her mother's life. From the very beginning, the peace, happiness, and joy that this little cat brought to their home changed the entire family. With each passing day, Sunny's cuteness, energy, and pure love made Lily and her mother see life through a different lens. Their little friend was not just a pet, but also an emotional support and a companion for the family. One morning, when Lily returned from school, she found another stray cat trembling in front of their door. In that moment, the change in perspective that had started when Sunny entered their lives revealed itself once again. The time spent with Sunny at home had made them more sensitive to the needs of street animals. Together with her mother, they began leaving food for the animals on the street and started taking action to help them after observing their needs. They now better understood the suffering, loneliness, and desperation of the stray animals they had previously ignored. Every stray animal could have been as lonely and abandoned as Sunny once was. Sunny's arrival in their lives had expanded their hearts. Not only Sunny, but all street animals needed love and care. Lily and her mother realized this and took it upon themselves to help them in any way they could. A bowl of food, a bowl of water, even a loving glance can mean the world to them. Lily would say to her mother. The family tried to raise awareness in their community by organizing small charity events for street animals every week. One of the most beautiful things the family discovered in this process was seeing how animals could improve people's lives. Sunny was not just a cat. She soothed Lily's tired soul and brought peace to her mother after stressful days. Petting Sunny's head at night became a moment of relaxation for the entire family. Animals don't just absorb the carbon dioxide in your home, they also provide emotional healing to humans. Even spending a few minutes with an animal can reduce your anxiety and calm your mind. Sunny added color to their lives not only with her cuteness, but also with the emotional support she offered. The family was realizing more and more every day how much adopting a cat had changed their world. After adopting a pet, their perspective on other animals outside the house had shifted. They now realized that every living being needed love, care, and careful attention. This sensitivity was not only true for street animals, but for all creatures. Sunny had been one of thousands of cats struggling to survive on the street, but thanks to Lily and her family, she found a loving home. Maybe not everyone could adopt a cat, but hands that offered a bowl of water or food could make the world a better place for them. Being a home for a stray animal may not change the world, but it can change that animal's world. This was the message of the story. Spreading love and kindness is one of the most beautiful aspects of humanity. Changing a cat's or any animal's life, giving them a chance, is within all of our hands, because love is what makes life meaningful. And animals remind us of this every day. They are beings that give unconditional love, offer a friendship so pure that it can erase heartbreaks and loneliness. And their silent yet deep love is our greatest teacher. And touching a life sometimes means changing a whole world. If you like this story, don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe for more content.